Tell them what time it is.
It's time for the Listen Up Report with Lady Sola!
Celebrity gossip, pop culture, movies, music, entertainment.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
You are now tuned in to the Listen Up Report with Lady Sola.
Philadelphia rapper Meek Mill has been sentenced to 2 to 4 years in state prison for violating his probation from the 2008 gun and drug charges. He appeared in the Philadelphia court where Judge Janice Brinkley sentenced him to 2 to 4 years, basically saying that she's had enough of his shenanigans, of all the laws that he's been breaking, and for all the rules that he's been breaking with his probation. According to Billboard.com, Meek Mill said, "I'm human, I'm not perfect, I'm asking for mercy. You gave me the ladder to do what I have to do to prevail in my struggle. I made it this far, I can't really go back and start over." Now, on Wednesday, November 8th, he officially entered the Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution, which is located in Greater Ford, Montgomery County. There is a mugshot floating around online showing a close-up of his face with a yellow jumper on. Since the news has hit, obviously the hip-hop community is in a disarray. A lot of fans, a lot of MCs and notable people are disappointed and outraged, feeling that the judge gave him too harsh of a sentence. His attorney, Joe Tacopina, feels the same way, saying that she has a vendetta against Meek Mill, that she's low-key obsessed with him, saying that she showed up at one of his community service events, and it's like, what judge does that? His attorney did say that they plan to appeal the decision, appeal the case. So, what do I want to say? What do I want to say? I'm not going to sit up here and say something that I do not feel or act as if I'm enraged like so many other people are and say that he doesn't deserve to be in jail. And I'm not saying that I think the judge didn't rule too harshly. I definitely think 2 to 4 years is extreme. But at the same time, the fact that he's going to jail at all, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Simply because he broke the law. When you are on probation, basically, they don't play. They don't play. The courts do not play. The judge does not play. Like, when you get arrested, you go to jail. When you come out and you're on probation, like, you have to take that ish seriously. It's not a suggestion. It's not a idea. It's demands. It's mandatory. When they tell you to not do X, Y, and Z, it's not up for debate. It's don't do this or you will get in trouble. I feel like he didn't take it seriously. I feel like he thought he could get away with it. I feel like maybe based on the last time when he was in court and Nicki Minaj was his girlfriend and she went and vouched for him and testified and pleaded and begged the judge to please go easy on him. I think that he felt like all of those aspects were going to work in his favor. I really honestly believe he never thought this would happen. I think he must have been pretty darn surprised when the judge said, yeah, your ass is going to jail. I don't think he expected the court hearing to go like that, but you're a black man, a rapper. The charges are related to guns and drugs, which is two of the biggest items that black people are associated with. This is how we are viewed. So it's like He just loves chasing L's. I'm sorry to say it. He loves chasing L's, y'all. Like, why? You are on probation, dude. Like, you think this is a game? Like, this is the law. This is the judicial system, and we all know it's rigged. Come on. Like, and like, people are just like, oh, this is an outrage. There's an online petition. Free Meek Mill. He's innocent. He doesn't deserve this. And I just feel like, y'all, like, it wasn't like the judge, like, charged him with a crime that he didn't commit. Okay, I feel bad for the guy. I do. Jail is a horrible place to be. It's a very scary place to be, and it's not a place that you want to settle down and get comfortable in. So while I do agree that the judge could have went on a lighter sentencing, giving him something, maybe a year, maybe 18 months, something to really get through to his head that you are going to go to jail. Like, that's not up for debate, but it's not for that long. But it's still long enough to where you like, I gotta get my shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not special, I'm sorry to say. Even though he's a rapper and he's beloved, not just in Philadelphia, but in many communities across America, and he's a talented artist, he's still a black man in America that went to jail for possession of guns and drugs. I mean, hello, am I getting through to anybody out there? So when there are innocent black men and women literally getting killed on the spot because the police officer decided they felt like taking a life today, you don't think that you fall in that category of being black in America? Like, I'm trying to figure out where Meek Mill, what pedestal, what level he thought he was on. This is still America, and it's still messed up in a lot of ways. Our systems are still unjust and unfair and very one-sided and very lopsided when it comes to African Americans. The other ways that he broke his probation, he failed a drug test, he failed to comply with a court order, which restricted his travel. He got into a fight back in March at a St. Louis airport. These are all the things that are painting the picture that the judge does not want to see. When you are coming back and forth in and out of her courtroom, she does not want to see you. She wanted to see you get better. She wanted to see your progression and to see that you are keeping your head in the right places, keeping your nose clean, not hanging out with the wrong crowd. But instead, you brought trouble to her courtroom. So when she decides, man, this dude again, he really fucking with me. Like, he really testing me right now. Like, he forgetting the roles in this bitch. Like, I'm the judge. and you're at my beck and call. So I just feel like, my man, you messed up. I'm trying to wrap my head around why the community and everything is turning a blind eye to the issues that Meek Mill contributed. The judge didn't just wake up out of her sleep, schedule a hearing, and said, Meek Mill, you gotta be there. Guess what? I got a surprise for you. There was actions that led to this conclusive decision. And yes, it was harsh. And I do think his attorney should appeal because, hey, you gotta try everything when it comes to these kind of situations. It's his attorney's duty and his job to do everything he can to help his client. But am I like pissed off at the judge that she sentenced him or whatever? No, because he broke the rules. I mean, it's like you made it too easy for her. You know what I'm saying? It's like leaving the door unlocked for a robber to come in and steal your shit, and then you get mad. Hey, he stole all my stuff. Oh my gosh, I gotta file a police report. My TV, my furniture, my iPod. But dude, like, your door was unlocked and you live on the first floor. Like, you literally just waltzed in and took all your stuff. Like, at some moment you have to look at yourself and be like, dang, I gotta take some accountability. My main thoughts To Meek Mill, I wish you well. Obviously, 2 to 4 years is a long time. It really is. It does suck. I do hope that your attorney, Joe Tacopina, or Tacopina, however you say his name, can do something to where your sentence can get shortened. But my deeper message to you and to everybody else that probably will disagree with me and say that, dang, like, you just being a hater, it's just because you don't like Meek Mill, you can't stand the dude. That is true. That is very true. I'm not even going to correct you on that one. But I'm looking at this from a neutral standpoint. If any rapper, if any black celebrity was in this situation, I would feel the same way. Like, you know what I mean? So my direct advice on the Listen Up report is, Meek Mill, now that you are in jail in your yellow jumpsuit and probably pretty pissed off at yourself and the judge and hell, maybe even your attorney, I want you to think WWGD. What would Gucci do? You see, because Gucci has transformed his life. He's a totally different person. He went to jail for quite a bit of time as well. Look at his life now. Meek Mill, I want you to remember the Gucci Mane timeline of him post-prison 2016, okay? Because that's the wave you need to get on, my brother, okay? So think about that. I really want you to really ponder on that for a while. You can do this. You can turn your life around. You can be a W chaser, okay, instead of an L chaser. I am sick of calling you an L chaser. I just want you to do better, okay? Instead of running away from the fire, you run into it. But you're not a firefighter, so I don't understand that. Like, that judge, if you already knew, oh, I think she had a vendetta, you've tried to switch out your judge in the past and the shit didn't work. Didn't common sense tell you then, like, man, I really probably should be on my P's and Q's. Probably shouldn't be popping willies and getting arrested for it. Probably shouldn't be failing my drug test. That's probably not a great idea. Is it devastating to his son, to his loved one, his family, and all of his fans? Definitely. This sucks and it's shocking. I can't believe it. But at the same time, let us not baby him. Let us not defend him so excessively without really thinking on a more critical level to say, why are we at this point right now? How did he get here? There's a reason why the judge has come to this point. And I just encourage people to look at both sides and to just pray for Meek that he grows in this situation. He doesn't come out acting the same foolish way that he's been acting since the last time he came home. So hopefully this time around we can get a Gucci style homecoming for Meek Mill, where he's really like, I'm not doing drugs anymore. That beef with Drake, what was I thinking? I've grown so much. I'm not even trying to be Twitter fingers no more. Like, we need to see a different transformation happen. The one that will take your career to the next level. The one that will actually make Nicki feel like, damn, maybe I should give him another chance. Although, Nicki, don't do that. Don't do that. But that's what we need to see, Meek Mill. So, to round this Listen Up report up, ladies and gentlemen, Meek Mill, during this time that you were in jail, really think about how you want your future to change. Really think about all the left turns and the wrong decisions that you've made up until this point, with going to jail being kind of the pinnacle of everything. Have a different mindset. Be ready to be a man, like a real man, not a pretend one, not a shell of a man, but a whole man. And just stay strong. That's all I gotta say. I mean, hey, to each his own. I wish you well, Meek Mill. I really hope for your glow up and for you to put chasing L's behind you once and for all. This is Lady Sola with your Listen Up report. Thank you so much for listening. I'm not going to say free Meek. I'm just going to say stop being weak.